Hey, I decided to do this a little bit earlier this week. Basically, it's because of my own schedule, so I'm decided to do it on Saturday night. First of all, let's talk about DXY, which is relevant to the US dollar strength. Pretty much still bullish. I don't think anyone would have another idea of it. It's definitely still bullish. If I use standard deviation to find out what's the direction of it, um, I think there might be a possibility that we are looking for some retracement back to this area, 105, 106, and then we can have a full move back to the buy side liquidity. I think eventually we might go a little bit higher. But definitely this would be the idea, would be the place level that you might want to take profit if you are in a long for any kind of major pair starting with USD. If I look at the daily chart, multiple daily fair value gap created over here. We also have a weekly created. This one, whether this will create another weekly fair value gap, it depends on the next candle. So I wouldn't be surprised that why would it go down a little bit more? I wouldn't be surprised that price will came back down here and then take out a high again and then come back down. But we'll see. I mean, this is just my guess of it. It's not really an analysis right now. We're still bullish on a higher time frame. I will go straight to what I have actually analyzed this evening. So Australian dollars, Swiss franc on a weekly chart, this doesn't look too good. But I think there might be a possibility that we might actually take out this high again. Um, sorry, weekly chart, what is this one? So daily chart wise, we broke up really nice, and we kind of still waiting for a lower time frame confirmation at this level. Um, so if I were to zoom down to 1 hour, we do see a tiny little small fair value gap created on 1 hour chart. Well, I mean, if this is not a confirmation yet, if price can actually take out this high, creating new fair value gap on H4, I think we might be able to get a chance to go up further. So I would actually place some limit, I mean, place some alert over here or even here to see whether the price break with displacement, creating a new fair value gap so that we can have an entry here. If not, we're just gonna wait. Um, 1 second, it's loading. On euro dollar, as we said that dollar is strong, definitely strong. So we had price actually wicked up to the daily fair value gap over here. Um, if I zoom down to, let me remove this first. If I zoom down to this H4, I can see that price actually reacted very nicely from daily fair value gap, but there is no H4 fair value gap created over here. So let's see one more time frame down. So if looking at the 1 hour, it does look like we can go lower from here. But based on what I can, based on my experience personally, I would think that this buy side liquidity in this daily time frame might still be tagged out before we have a full move to the downside. The reason being, if we were to go further down, it would have reacted very nicely from this 1 hour fair value gap, which price would actually displace down, create another fair value gap here, retrace, and further down. But right now we are seeing price actually liquidate all this sell side liquidity, not taking out the low here, and then it's just doing some damage over here. So I won't be surprised that price actually do this um typically for price to actually break the high here, creating a new fair value gap, and then we might be looking at we might actually be looking for some long back to this buy side liquidity. We have to be strict on our TP level because we are doing counter trend for long. And then eventually if you tagged out this buy side liquidity and have a shift in lower time frame, which is 1 hour, for example, I think we are good for the short. So for now, I think we are still looking for this kind of setup. This is very potential. I'll keep a lookout for this. If I manage to enter anything, I'll definitely ping in the group. And anyone who's interested to look at to be in a group or community, please use the link below under the video. Aussie dollars, Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar is the weakest that I can see so far. So um I don't know for this one, but we can have a look out for if we disrespect this daily fair value gap, I think we can go a little bit higher. But if we respect this bearish daily fair value gap, I think we are going lower. So it depends on how you react over here. For euro, Aussie dollar, the same kind of setup, similar to the euro USD. I think if we were zoom down to 1 hour, this kind of value gap is not something that I would actually prefer to take the short because there are some buy side liquidity over here. I think we might eventually tag out the buy side liquidity again and plunge a little bit deeper to the daily fair value gap before we have a shift. So I think this might not even happen. I mean, the short might not even happen next week. It might happen like maybe the week after. So let's wait for this. Um, Euro, Japanese yen. I will make a separate. I will actually make a separate video to talk about this whole move down. Eventually, I think I will spend some time maybe next week to have a breakdown for this um Euro Japanese yen short. I did not personally take this, but when I look back at this chart, it was very nice. It's a very clean chart for a short. So what I was looking at is actually on a weekly time frame, we disrespected this weekly fair value gap. We had the week after, which is last week candle, which is plunging down even deeper. So I think the next DOL would be the low here, or eventually you can put the low here as well. Um, I will just use the sell side basically. So we can actually wait for some kind of retracement back to this old supply, and then taking a short down to this sell side liquidity. So I think it might happen maybe next week. Oh, sorry, I mean the week after next week. Dollar Swiss franc, as we said, dollar is bullish. We had a weekly fair value created. Um, well, there might be a possibility that we're going to retrace this but it really depends. So I would say that for all the daily fair value gap, we have already mitigated. So let's see whether we can have some reaction over here. Let's say for the 4 hour, if we have a shift here, and then we can take long, okay? Something like that. So we do not want to see the daily fair value gap being disrespected in a way. Meaning to say we don't want to see a daily candle which plunge through close below the daily fair value gap. That would give an indication whereby it might retrace a little bit deeper. But for now, I think I will just set an alert over here and wait for it. Um, Talk about Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. So potentially, because we still have about 2 weeks to go, potentially we might have the monthly fair value gap created. If we have this created, I think we are going higher. Um, but we have all this sell side liquidity to be taken out before we have the full move. I think we are all possibly going down a little bit, taking taking out all this low here, and then we have a full move. So eventually I want to see something like that. Okay. Um, so cat Japanese yen. I think it's really hard to say, to be honest. It's really hard to say. So on the monthly time frame and 3 months time frame, I think we are bullish. Price mitigated the fair value very nicely. But we don't have any weekly fair value gap created over here. So I mean, for this one, we might just need to wait to see whether um this monthly candle, what's the closure of this monthly candle. We want to see whether it closed bearish or bullish. Anyway, it has already mitigated the monthly fair value gap at more than 50%. So for now, we just need to wait to see how, if it break this down, creating a weekly fair value. I think we are going a little bit deeper. But if it only damaged and then moving up quick, I think we are still bullish. So we just need to wait to see how it react from all these sell side liquidity. Um, Euro cat. Well, these two are a little bit iffy. I just flagged it on a weekly time frame. Nothing really um confirmed for now. We have 3 months fair value gap mitigated. Right now, on a monthly basis, nothing over here, but we have multiple weekly fair value created at this time frame. Breaker over here, so it might still be bullish at this moment. Like I said, if Canadian dollar is weak, then we might see a bullish order flow in this Euro CAD. So I think this news will give us the catalyst to see where it's going. Um, that's um more or less cover what I want to say today. Basically for this week upcoming. I will definitely ping in the group, in my channel, that you I think you guys know that when I enter any trade. So stay tuned for it. And any questions, please feel free to DM or comments in the video. Thank you.